Young T, do you think that's Jay-Z's son requesting a DNA test? That boy look just like him. I don't know. Did his mama ever have a relation with Jigga, the digger?
The big showdown, it kicked off with Beyonce. When Jay-Z signed that marriage contract, it wasn't just love he walked into, he got trophies too. Out of nowhere, the man started racking up Grammys like they were party favors. And now, boom, his alleged son, Rymir Satterthwaite, just scored another massive victory. Guess who just jumped into the ring? 50 Cent. Yep, he's backing Rymir up and ready to help him take Jay-Z to court. This comes right after a judge gave Rymir the official go-ahead to move forward with his legal case. And let me tell you, things are speeding up like crazy. Jay-Z, he's clearly feeling the heat. But instead of stepping up and taking a simple DNA test to put all this to rest, he drops a weird public statement saying Rymir's been harassing him for years. Now he's trying to twist the narrative. His legal team, they're already talking about tearing Rymir apart in court, calling the whole thing some kind of web of lies, but still no DNA test. Like, if it's really all made up, why not just take the test and shut it all down? That's where things start to take a darker turn, and it's only getting messier. Word's spreading fast, and it's not looking good. People are saying the real reason Jay-Z's dodging that DNA test might be way deeper and way darker than anyone imagined. Rymir says his mom, Wanda, wasn't even a legal adult when 22-year-old Jay allegedly got her pregnant. Yeah, let that sink in. If that's true, then this whole thing isn't just about whether Jay-Z's a father. It's a much heavier situation with major legal consequences. And here's the thing, Jay-Z's already had some close calls lately, especially with that whole Diddy legal storm blowing up. One of the women in those lawsuits claimed something wild, that both Diddy and Jay-Z were involved in a situation with her when she was just 13. That allegation didn't whisper, it roared. Jay barely managed to slide past that one without getting pulled in even deeper. Now everyone's looking sideways, wondering what skeletons might still be hiding in Jay's closet. The pressure's building and it's not going away. That same woman who pointed the finger at both Diddy and Jay, she did drop her lawsuit, but she didn't backtrack. Not even a little. She came back recently and made it very clear she stands by every single word she said from the beginning. This isn't just drama anymore, it's turning into a full-on reckoning. She claims the only reason she dropped the case was because Jay-Z allegedly sent private investigators to intimidate her into silence. If that's true, that's next level crazy. But what's even more shocking? The total media blackout surrounding the whole situation. Mainstream media is acting like this story doesn't even exist, like someone flipped a switch and told every outlet to fall back. And let's be real, sites like TMZ and The Shade Room, they stay loud about every little scandal unless it involves Jay-Z. It's like he's got some invisible shield protecting him from the headlines. Seriously, try it yourself. Go on their pages, search Rymir's name, nothing. No updates, no reports, not even a whisper. And this isn't some random rumor floating around. This drama's been trending for weeks. Still, the biggest gossip blogs are treating it like it never happened. Same thing went down with that Jane Doe case. Total silence, no coverage. Nobody wanted to touch it, but here's the twist. Jay-Z actually tried to flip the script and sued Jane Doe's lawyer, Tony Busby, for defamation, trying to shut it all down in court, but it backfired. Just last week, a judge tossed that lawsuit right out. Dismissed. That's no small thing. That's a huge win, and it's only raising more eyebrows about what's really going on behind the scenes. Once again, not a single word from the major blogs. And at this point, it's starting to look way too familiar. Every time something gets messy around Jay-Z, the spotlight just vanishes like magic. So yeah, a whole lot of stuff is getting quietly swept under the rug right now. It's almost like most bloggers are straight up scared to say anything real about Jay-Z. But you know who ain't scared? 50 Cent. He's been throwing jabs left and right, clowning Jay for dodging that DNA test like it's a game. And now, word is, 50 personally reached out to Rymir and offered his own legal team to help him take Jay to court. That's huge. And Jay, oh, he's definitely feeling the heat. His lawyers are out here scrambling, doing everything they can to shut Rymir's case down from every possible angle. At the same time, Jay's team kicked off a whole PR spin, trying to paint Rymir as unstable or unreliable. But real talk, it's not sticking. Because if Jay-Z truly wanted all this drama to go away, one quick DNA test could have ended it. No courtroom, no circus, just simple proof. But instead, he keeps running. Why? It could have been simple, cheap, done. But instead, Jay-Z's out here dropping big money on lawyers and trying to control the media. That alone's got people raising eyebrows because, let's be honest, that's real suspicious. But this time, Rymir might actually have the upper hand. He's not alone anymore. He's got support, he's got receipts, and now that 50 cents in his corner, Jay-Z might finally be staring down some real problems. Let's break down 50's role in all this because he's not just cracking jokes online anymore. He's deep in this drama between Jay and the man claiming to be his son, and he's not pulling any punches. It all kicked off when 50 clowned Jay on Instagram saying Jay and Rymir looked way too much alike. That joke, it went viral, got the streets buzzing, but 50 didn't stop there, not even close. Word is he reached out directly to Rymir and offered him full-on legal support. We're talking real attorneys, real resources, real heat. And then 50 dropped a cryptic bomb on IG. A good lawyer knows the law, a great lawyer knows the judge. That one line, it exploded on social media. People went crazy trying to figure out what he meant and who he was aiming at. With 50 Cent stepping in like this, everything changed instantly. This ain't just some private family drama anymore. It's turning into a full-blown legal war. Rymir's case had been buried deep, like it never even happened. The media kept their mouths shut, like they were told to pretend it didn't exist. But the moment 50 got involved, everything flipped on its head. Now Jay-Z's legal team is in panic mode. They're scrambling, filing documents left and right, trying to shut the whole thing down before the public catches wind of what's really going on. Jay just submitted fresh court filings begging the judge to throw Rymir's case out completely. According to court records snagged by Us Weekly, Jay claims this lawsuit is just another piece of some supposed decades-long harassment campaign against him. His lawyers are calling every part of Rymir's story fake, saying other courts have already tossed the claims out. They even tried to say Rymir's refusal to walk away got him hit with a contempt order. But here's where it gets messy. Rymir's former legal guardian, Dr. Lily Coley, just stepped up and she's not playing around. She's a trained paralegal and she's calling Jay out directly. Dr. Coley says Jay-Z's new filing is packed with straight up lies. She stood firm and said that none of Rymir's story was made up. And get this, Wanda's affidavit, that's Rymir's mother's sworn statement, has been sitting in court records for years. It's never been withdrawn, never been discredited. According to Dr. Coley, Jay-Z's team is just trying to bury the truth, and now she's making sure people hear it loud and clear. That very same affidavit is what first made Rymir believe Jay-Z could be his father. It's the core of the entire case, and Dr. Coley isn't letting anyone forget it. She also clapped back hard at Jay's claim that Rymir was ever held in contempt of court. According to her, that's a flat-out lie. She made it crystal clear nobody tied to this case, not Rymir, not his late mother Wanda, not even herself, has ever been found in contempt. That entire narrative, pure fiction, cooked up by Jay-Z's legal squad. But here comes the real bombshell. Dr. Coley dropped a truth that can't be ignored. Rymir's paternity has never actually been resolved in court. That's right, after all these years, there's still been no official DNA test, no legal closure, no final answer, just delay after delay, silence, and now this full-on PR cleanup mission. Dr. Coley didn't sugarcoat anything. She said straight up, there's never been a discovery hearing. Never been a final court ruling to settle whether or not Jay-Z is Rymir's biological father. And somehow those facts keep getting ignored whenever this case gets brought up, if it even gets brought up at all. But there's one more thing that keeps getting swept under the rug, and it might be the most serious detail yet. The age of Rymir's late mother when all of this started. Rymir's mother, Wanda, her age at the time Jay-Z allegedly got her pregnant, That's the one detail nobody wants to touch, but it might just be the most explosive part of this whole situation. Let's break down the facts real quick. Rymir first hit the public radar back in 2015 when it came out he'd filed a paternity suit against Jay-Z a year earlier in 2014. That's when things behind courtroom doors started getting weird and fast. Rymir and his guardian, Dr. Lily Coley, filed their first official complaint, and the case got shut down almost immediately. No hearings, no progress, just closed. Why? Dr. Coley later claimed it was because Jay-Z and his lawyer, Lisa Fisher, allegedly submitted false information to the court to block the case right out the gate. But Rymir didn't quit. In 2018, he came back swinging with fresh documents, and this time he was accusing Jay-Z of using his fame and fortune to avoid taking a DNA test. That's when the whole situation got real shady. Rymir's case kept getting blocked again and again. Every time he tried to move forward, the system pushed back. Judges kept claiming the issue was already settled because some other man had supposedly been confirmed as his father. But here's the twist. There's no public record proving that was ever true. And still, no DNA test from Jay-Z. So the question remains, what are they hiding? Then boom, Rymir managed to get a copy of his own birth certificate. And guess what? No father was listed, nothing. That whole confirmed father story, it collapsed on the spot. But the drama didn't stop there. Rymir later found out that some people on his own legal team were allegedly working behind the scenes with Jay-Z's lawyers. Straight up betrayal? Folks who were supposed to be fighting for him might have been playing on the other side the entire time. That kind of legal backstab raises huge questions. Just how deep does Jay-Z's influence go? And how far are people willing to go to make sure this paternity case never sees the light of day? In an interview with The Sun, Rymir opened up and said he feels like he's been robbed of a fair shot in court. He claims legal errors and flat-out malpractice have blocked him at every turn. He also shared when he first heard the truth from his mother, Wanda, who told him Jay-Z was his father when he was just about 8 years old. According to Wanda, she and Jay had a short fling back in 1992. She said it went down at his aunt's apartment in the Brooklyn projects. They used protection, but it failed. And after that night, she never saw him again. She had no way of reaching him, no number, no address, just silence. Years later, her health started to decline. And by 2010, things got real bad. So bad that Dr. Coley had to step in. What happened next would push this case into even darker territory. That's when Dr. Lily Coley was officially granted custody of Rymir. In an interview with The Sun doctor, Coley dropped another bombshell. She revealed that Wanda became pregnant shortly after meeting Jay-Z, and she was only 15 or 16 years old at the time. That one detail changes everything. It's not just about paternity anymore. This raises serious legal and moral questions. But for some reason, no one in the mainstream media wants to touch it. They're staying dead silent on the one thing that matters most. And just when you thought this situation couldn't get darker, there's more. According to a 2018 lawsuit Rymir filed in Philadelphia, Jay-Z's legal team allegedly made a shady move while Wanda was in the hospital, recovering from a medically induced coma. That's when Jay-Z's attorney reportedly had her sign legal documents without her full awareness. The goal? To remove Dr. Coley's name from the petition. That change was made without proper consent, and Rymir's team called it nefarious. The court didn't take it lightly either. That maneuver ended up getting the entire case tossed out of Philly's legal system. Rymir's family said they'd never seen anything like it. The level of manipulation, the sneaky tactics, the emotional pain they went through, it was next level. They weren't just fighting for answers. They were battling a machine built to bury the truth. And the scars left behind, they're still dealing with them today. Then things took a terrifying turn. During an interview on Hip Hop News Uncensored, both Rymir and Dr. Coley dropped a shocking bomb. Rymir was shot after filing the lawsuit against Jay-Z. Yes, you heard that right. He was actually injured after taking legal action. Whether it was a random incident or something more sinister, that's still unclear, but either way, it raises major concerns. One thing's for sure, this case isn't just messy anymore, it's dangerous. And it doesn't stop there. According to Dr. Lily Coley, things started getting real shady right around the same time Rymir filed the suit. She says random people started showing up at her front door, uninvited, unannounced, trying to intimidate her into staying quiet. Strangers, no names, no reasons, just showing up with weird energy, like they were there to send a message without saying a word. That's not just strange, that's creepy. Real talk. That kind of silent pressure feels like something out of a movie. But Dr. Coley isn't backing down. She made it clear, this case goes way beyond Jay-Z. To her, this is about standing up for justice, about making sure rich and powerful people can't just bend the legal system to fit their narrative while everyday folks get steamrolled. She's fighting not just for Rymir, but for anyone who's been shut out, silenced, or pushed aside. And from the looks of it, the battle's just getting started. Dr. Coley isn't staying quiet. She's calling for real change, the kind that pushes for new laws to actually protect people from being bullied, silenced, or legally cornered when they try to stand up for their truth. Meanwhile, Rymir just took things to a whole new level. He's not only going after Jay-Z, he's now targeting the entire New Jersey court system. That's right. In a bold new lawsuit, he's accusing multiple judges and court officials of secretly working with Jay-Z for over a decade to block his cases from ever getting a fair shot. According to the lawsuit, both Rymir and Dr. Coley claim Jay-Z lied under oath. He allegedly told the court that he didn't own any property in New Jersey. That lie was used to argue that the court had no legal jurisdiction over him, so the case got tossed before it could even move forward. But Rymir's team came ready. They say they found receipts, actual property deeds, and tax records with Jay-Z's name on them, clear proof that he did have property in the state. And Rymir's complaint doesn't stop there. He names 6 judges who he claims conspired to protect Jay by acting like he had no ties to New Jersey. From his point of view, Jay used his money, fame, and connections to quietly bend the system in his favor, getting cases denied, dismissed, or buried before anyone could hear the facts. At this point, it's no longer just about whether Jay-Z is Rymir's father, it's about power, cover-ups, and a legal system that might be getting exposed from the inside. And this latest lawsuit, it's packed with shocking claims that hit way beyond celebrity drama. Rymir's car was shot at by unknown individuals. Yeah, shot at. That's what the latest filing reveals. But it doesn't stop there. Things get even creepier. According to the documents, both Rymir and Dr. Coley say they've been followed around their own neighborhood by mysterious people, watching their every move. And get this, cars were even spotted pulling up onto their front lawn at 4 o'clock in the morning. They don't believe any of this is random, not one bit. Rymir and Dr. Coley firmly believe this is targeted intimidation, and they're pointing the finger straight at Jay-Z's team. They say this pressure campaign is designed to scare them into silence. But instead of backing down, they're fighting back, not just against Jay-Z, but against the entire court system. They're now suing the very judges involved, accusing them of violating their constitutional rights and blocking a young man from finding out the truth about who his father really is. And just recently, Rymir and Dr. Coley sat down with Tasha K for an explosive interview. They confirmed again that Rymir's late mother, Wanda, was only 15 or 16 years old when she got pregnant, and Jay-Z was 22 at the time. That age gap is no longer just a detail. It's become a major part of this entire discussion, and it's one of the reasons so many people are watching this case so closely. Rymir also explained how the courts originally tried to shut the whole thing down by saying the man listed on his birth certificate had to be the father, even though the certificate itself didn't even list one. The deeper this gets, the more twisted it becomes. Rymir did take a DNA test with the man the court tried to label as his father, and guess what? The results came back negative. He was not the dad. That completely destroys the excuse the court used to dismiss the case in the first place. And Rymir made a powerful point. If the court truly believed he was lying, they could have thrown the case out with prejudice, which means he'd never be allowed to bring it back. But they didn't. They left the door open. Why? Maybe because deep down, they know there's more to this story than they want to admit. Rymir also made it clear he's not chasing Jay-Z's money. This isn't about a payday, a come up, or some clout grab. He said that if it turns out Jay-Z isn't his father, he'll go public and apologize himself. That takes guts. It shows this is about truth, not fame, not fortune, just the facts. But now another twist just dropped, and it might be the most disturbing one yet. While the focus has mostly been on how young Wanda was when she got pregnant, what if that's not the only reason Jay-Z keeps avoiding the DNA test? Whispers are starting to surface. Some sources are quietly suggesting that Jay-Z might be hiding something even darker, something he really doesn't want coming to light. People are beginning to wonder, could this be bigger than just a paternity case? Could there be a deeper reason Jay's been dodging for all these years? Whatever it is, it's got him running scared. This might be tied to secrets way deeper than anyone expected, things that, if exposed, could blow the whole situation wide open. So now the real question isn't just, is Jay-Z the father? It's, what else is he hiding? This story, it's far from over. In fact, it feels like it's just getting started. Whatever's lurking behind the silence could shake things up big time. So keep your eyes peeled and your ears open, because the next chapter in this wild saga, it might just change everything.